Hey friends, today I want to go over Lizard Lunge. I love Lizard Lunge as a release posture or as a transition posture, but there's many different ways that you can take it. And in my opinion, there's not many right or wrongs here, but I just want to talk you through a couple of the options. So oftentimes you're coming into Lizard Lunge from downward dog. So the way that I'll cue getting into it is lift the right leg, inhale, and then right foot's gonna step outside the right hand. You want to make sure that your left leg is long. You're not too crunched up when you try to come into the posture because that's just going to be uncomfortable and feel awkward. So right foot's outside the right hand. And yes, you can use your hands to get it there. I like to wiggle the left toes down. So for a more active lizard, the right toes are kind of angled out slightly, as is the knee. Palms are pressing down and left heel is pressing back. Heart pulls through the bicep and crown of the head reaches forward. So it's kind of an active lizard variation. And if you want to take some lizard push-ups, elbows kind of bend back and hug in. And then you press down. You can also go to the arm balance from here, but I am not going to be showing that here today. So active lizard here. And then kind of the next step that I like to take it is just lower that left knee down. And you can see my knee is behind my hip, which gives me space to open up and press the front of the hips. I think when we bring the knee too close in, you can feel really up like this and might not feel any sensation, or it might feel a little funky on the low back. So that left knee is behind the left hip, hips are pressing forward, and right knee is bent. From here, you can lower the elbows onto blocks at any height. You can lower the elbows all the way to the ground. And I always like to cradle my head here as well. Another option from here that can sometimes feel good is rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot and letting the right knee fall out with you. I only recommend doing this if you're supported by your elbows or your hands. You don't want to kind of be floating in the air to do so. It's kind of like an open hip lizard. The next variation is kind of pressing into the palms again, keeping that left knee there. And then the right, I like to firm down the right foot, kind of pull it back in, and then take a twist. Right hand comes to right thigh. You're going to open the heart towards the right. I have a block underneath my left hand just because I don't have the mobility to twist when I'm not on the block. So that's the twist. And if you want to take it to a bind, this right arm's going to reach up. Thumbs up. As you bend the left knee, you find that outside edge of the left foot, and you're pulling the left foot towards your bum. You don't want to torque your back too much or kind of collapse into it. You want to be reaching back as you lift out of the left hand. Beautiful. Let's try that on the other side. So I'll go through the three just so you can kind of see them from this variation. Left foot's going to be outside the left hand. Palms firm down. So for this active lizard, you have the left foot and knee wider than the shoulders and hips. The right heel presses back. From here, you got your push-ups if you need it. Then you can lower this right knee down so it's behind the left hip. Option to lower the elbows down with the knee kind of hugging in to the block or to the mat. And then option to rotate the knee and the foot together as you lower down. Just getting a little bit more open hip variation here. The other twist and kind of bind that I always like to bring the foot in for the twist because then I can take my left hand and really leverage that twist. And circle it back and take the outside of the foot here. And I do try to hug the left knee in because it gives me a little bit more stability when I'm really opening the front of my right quad and even the front of my left shoulder. Beautiful. So you can see from those different variations that lizard really can be what you want it to be. It can be more active, it can be more restorative, it can have a couple different elements like heart opening, hip opening, and twisting. So I always like to say in my classes, take your lizard where you need to go or just listen to your body. Thanks for tuning in.